All right, let's dive into a book that basically throws a wrench in everything you've ever been told about getting rich. It's called The Millionaire Fastlane by M.J. DeMarco. And his whole argument is that the classic advice, get a good job, save 10%, invest in stocks, that's not a path to wealth. He says it's a sentence to a lifetime of mediocrity. So let's see what this Fastlane is all about. DeMarco kicks things off with a real gut punch of a question. Seriously, think about it. Have you sold your soul for a weekend? He wants you to pause and ask yourself if you're just numb to the grind, treating 5 whole days of your life for just 2 days of freedom. So before we get to the solution, we have to understand the problem. DeMarco calls all that traditional financial advice the slow lane, and he sees it as this massive trap that's just disguised as a safe bet. It's a path that promises you might get rich, but only when you're way too old to really enjoy it. Let's just be brutally honest for a second. Is this your life? A 5-for-2 trade? You're giving away 5 days of what he calls servitude for just 2 days of freedom? I mean, you would never accept that kind of return on an investment, right? So why do so many of us accept it with our time, our single most valuable, non-renewable asset? DeMarco just completely reframes the whole idea of a secure job. He sees it as a set of prison bars. Think about it. Your time is not your own. Your income has a hard ceiling. You can't just decide to triple your salary tomorrow. You have zero real control. Your value is decided by someone else. And get this, you are the last person to get paid after all the business's expenses are covered. The system, he argues, is literally designed to limit your wealth, not create it. And here's the destination that Slowlane path leads to. A life spent pinching pennies, hoping and praying that compound interest somehow makes you a millionaire by 65. But the real cost here isn't just the money. It's your youth, your energy, your freedom, all of it traded away for a treasure chest you'll be too old and tired to carry. Okay, so if the slow lane is a trap, what are the other options? DeMarco lays out 3 totally distinct financial roadmaps. And the really critical part is that you are on one of these paths right now, whether you know it or not. And that path is determining your final destination. So here they are, the 3 paths. On the far left, you've got the sidewalker. They're all about instant gratification, living paycheck to paycheck, maybe looking rich, but they're always just one emergency away from disaster. In the middle, that's our friend, the slow leaner, dutifully trading their time for money, hoping to be rich when they retire. And then, on the right, we have the fast leaner. Their mindset isn't about saving or spending. It's about creating value and building business systems that make money for them, completely separate from their time.
So how in the world do you actually get into the fast lane? Well, it's not about luck, and it's definitely not some get-rich-quick scheme. According to DeMarco, it's about a very disciplined approach. It's about following a specific set of rules and building a very specific kind of business. DeMarco gives us 5 commandments, and he uses the acronym c.e.n.t.s to make it easy to remember. To be a real fast-lane business, it has to pass this test. C is for control. You're in the driver's seat. You own it. E is for entry. It can't be something that anybody can just start in a weekend. N is for need. It has to solve a real problem for people. T is for time. It has to be separated from your time. And finally, S is for scale. It needs to have the potential to impact not just hundreds, but thousands or even millions of people.
Now, this is a huge point. A fast-lane business is not just another job where you happen to be the boss. It's a system, something like software or a book or a rental property empire. It's something that generates income for you 24/7, whether you are physically working or not. It's like planting a money tree. You have to plant it, you have to nurture it, but eventually it starts bearing fruit all on its own. But look, to build that kind of system, you have to make a massive mental shift. And this right here might be the single most important piece of the entire puzzle. You have to stop thinking like a consumer and start acting like a producer. Just think about it for a second. From the day we're born, we are trained to be consumers, to want stuff, to buy stuff, to find the best deal. The producer mindset completely flips that script. Instead of looking for a cheaper product, a producer asks, how can I make a better product that solves this problem? You stop just buying things off the shelf, and you start thinking about how to put things on the shelf. Because wealth doesn't flow to consumers, it flows to producers. And this changes the entire goal. DeMarco's argument is that if you want to make millions of dollars, you have to find a way to impact millions of people. Your income just becomes a direct reflection of the value you provide to society. You solve a tiny problem for a few people, you make a little money. You solve a huge problem for millions of people, well, you're going to make millions.
And that brings us to this final crucial idea. Our culture loves to glorify the event, the overnight success, the billion-dollar sale. But what we ignore is the process, the years of hard work, the risk, the failure that came before it. The fast lane is not a shortcut. It's just a different, faster road, and it's paved with a ton of hard work building something real. So the real question to leave you with is this: are you out there chasing an event, or are you ready to commit to a process?